Hello, once more, everyone. I'm Anastasia alongside my co moderator, Irene, as we progress to day 17 in our extensive 50-day software architecture class, where each session layers on the last to build your expertise. Reflecting briefly on day 16, we delved into scalability patterns such as horizontal scaling to add more resources dynamically, and sharding databases to partition data for better distribution and growth handling. Today, we're shifting our attention to reliability engineering, with a thorough discussion of fault tolerance mechanisms to handle errors without system collapse and redundancy strategies to ensure continuous operation, all aimed at creating architectures that not only scale but also remain dependable and available even when components fail or unexpected issues arise.
Absolutely crucial, Anastasia. Reliability is what turns scalable systems into truly production-ready ones, preventing costly outages and maintaining user trust over the long term.
Let's provide a more detailed overview for day 17 to set the stage clearly. Reliability engineering encompasses a set of practices and principles dedicated to maximizing system uptime, minimizing the impact of failures, and ensuring consistent performance under various conditions. We'll explore fault tolerance, which involves designing systems to continue operating effectively even when parts fail, and redundancy, which uses duplication of critical components to provide backups and distribute loads. These concepts connect seamlessly to Day 16's scalability patterns, where reliable scaling prevents single points of failure, and Day 15's performance optimization, as reliable systems must maintain speed even during recovery processes. Why dedicate a full day to reliability engineering? It plays a pivotal role in minimizing downtime, which is essential for business continuity and avoiding revenue loss in always on applications like e commerce or financial services. By handling failures proactively, it ensures predictable and swift recovery, turning potential disasters into minor blips. This directly improves user satisfaction through consistent, dependable service delivery. Economically, investing in reliability reduces the high costs associated with outages, including emergency fixes, lost productivity, and reputational damage. Covering the basics of reliability to establish a strong foundation. Reliability is quantified as the probability that a system performs its intended function without failure over a specified period under given conditions. Key metrics include mean time between failures for average operational time before issues, and mean time to recovery for average downtime duration. High availability aims for targets like 4 nines or 99.99% uptime, equating to mere minutes of downtime per year. Site reliability engineering, popularized by Google, blends software engineering with operations to automate reliability. Reliability in distributed systems presents unique challenges, such as network partitions or partial outages where some components fail while others continue, leading to inconsistent states. The key is to design for failure, assuming every component can and will fail, and building in safeguards accordingly. Chaos engineering involves intentionally injecting failures to test resilience. This ties closely to Day 7's microservices, where distributed nature amplifies the need for reliable interservice communication and recovery mechanisms.
Reliability strategies. Redundancy eliminates single points of failure by duplicating components. Active-passive uses a standby, while active-active shares load between instances. Graceful degradation prioritizes essential features under stress. Self-healing systems automatically detect and resolve common issues using scripts or orchestration. Fault tolerance techniques. Implement retry mechanisms with exponential backoff for transient errors like network glitches, circuit breakers, previewing day 28, halt calls to failing services to avoid cascading failures. Bulkheads partition resources to isolate failures like thread pools per service. Graceful degradation reduces non-essential features during issues to keep core services running. Common reliability pitfalls. Relying on a single site increases the risk of total failure. Inadequate monitoring hides issues until they become critical. Manually testing disaster recovery is slow and prone to error. Over-engineering for 100% reliability can be prohibitively expensive and unnecessary for most apps. Redundancy basics. It involves duplicating critical components to provide backups in case of failure, increasing overall reliability. Active-active configurations have all instances handling load simultaneously for seamless failover. Active-passive keeps standbys idle until needed. N+1 ensures one extra unit beyond required for immediate replacement. Redundancy techniques. Hardware like RAID arrays duplicate disks for storage fault tolerance. Software replicates services across nodes for load sharing and failover. Geographic redundancy deploys across regions to withstand disasters. For data, use backups and mirroring to ensure recoverability.
Redundancy in architectures. Use day 15 load balancers to distribute across replicated instances. In day 11 databases, master-slave setups provide read redundancy. Cloud platforms offer availability zones for intra-region redundancy. Always analyze cost versus benefit, as redundancy increases expenses but reduces outage risks. Reliability metrics. Define SLAs for contractual uptime and SLOs for internal targets. Error budgets allocate acceptable downtime for innovation. RTO is max acceptable recovery time. RPO max data loss. Calculate these to plan redundancy and tolerance levels effectively. Reliability testing. Conduct unit and integration tests for individual components fault handling. Chaos testing injects failures to validate tolerance. Combine with day 16 load testing to simulate scale under stress. Perform postmortems on incidents to extract lessons and improve. Reliability best practices. Automate recoveries with scripts or orchestrators like Kubernetes for quick restoration. Monitor comprehensively with day 18 alerts for proactive response. Design idempotent operations for safe retrieves without side effects. Maintain detailed runbooks documenting procedures for common issues. Reliability challenges. Redundancy costs must balance against desired uptime, overdue for diminishing returns. Distributed systems increase complexity and coordination. Human error causes many incidents. Mitigate with automation. Evolving threats require continuous updates to tolerance mechanisms.
Advanced fault tolerance. Use sagas for distributed transactions across services, coordinating steps. Implement compensating actions to roll back partial failures. Apply rate limiting to prevent overload from bursts. This previews day 28 circuit breakers for failing fast. Advanced redundancy. Multi-cloud setups avoid single vendor outages. Active geo-replication syncs data across regions for global availability. Quorum models ensure consistency in replicated systems by majority agreement. Optimize costs per day, 40, with reserved instances for redundant setups. Common reliability pitfalls. Overlooking single points of failure leads to cascading issues. Over-relying on redundancy without regular testing leaves false security. Focusing solely on MTBF ignores quick MTTR for recovery. Skipping incident drills leaves teams unprepared for real events. Detailed fault tolerance for handling failures and redundancy for backups. The key takeaway: proactively design systems for resilience to ensure high availability and quick recovery. Welcome to day 17 of the 50 Days Software Architecture class on YouTube. Today, we're diving deep into reliability engineering, a crucial aspect of designing robust software systems. Our goal is to understand how to design architectures that minimize downtime, recover gracefully from failures, and maintain high availability even under adverse conditions. This session builds upon our previous discussions, incorporating insights from day 16 on scalability patterns and day 15's performance optimization for reliable scaling. We'll also connect back today to solid principles, which are fundamental for designing resilient and maintainable components that can withstand errors. Reliability engineering focuses on ensuring a system performs its intended function correctly and consistently over time, even when faced with unexpected challenges. A key aspect of reliability is fault tolerance, which allows a system to continue operating correctly even when one or more of its components fail. This involves designing systems with mechanisms to detect failures, isolate the faulty components, and continue providing service without interruption. Another critical concept is redundancy, where duplicate components are included in a system to ensure that if one fails, a backup can immediately take over. Redundancy can be implemented at various levels, from individual hardware components to entire data centers, providing layers of protection against failures. This strategy is vital for achieving high availability, ensuring that your services are continuously accessible to users. Failure recovery diagrams help us visualize how a system responds to different types of failures and the steps it takes to restore normal operation. These diagrams are essential tools for architects to plan and test their system's resilience before deployment. Best practices in reliability engineering include proactive monitoring, regular testing of failover mechanisms, and continuous improvement based on incident analysis. Implementing these practices helps identify potential weaknesses and strengthen the system's ability to withstand future disruptions. For instance, distributed systems often employ techniques like circuit breakers and bulkheads to prevent cascading failures. These patterns ensure that a failure in one part of the system does not bring down the entire application. Another crucial aspect is data redundancy and backup strategies, ensuring that critical information is never lost. Regular backups and geographically dispersed data centers are common approaches to protect against data loss and regional outages. This proactive approach to data management is fundamental for maintaining business continuity and user trust. In summary, reliability engineering is about designing systems that are not only functional, but also resilient, available, and capable of recovering from failures. By applying principles like fault tolerance and redundancy, and continuously improving our systems, we can build robust software architectures. These architectures minimize downtime and ensure high availability, crucial for today's demanding digital landscape. Remember, a reliable system is a trustworthy system, and trust is paramount for any successful software product. Thank you for joining us on day 17 of the 50 Days Software Architecture class. We look forward to exploring more critical topics in software architecture with you in our upcoming sessions. Stay tuned for more insights and practical knowledge to enhance your architectural skills. Your journey to becoming a master software architect continues. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell to stay updated. We appreciate your continued support and engagement with the 50 Days Software Architecture class. See you in the next session. Day 18 covers monitoring and logging best practices with tools like Prometheus.
Homework, analyze a system for fault tolerance and redundancy opportunities. Questions, comment, will reply. Thanks, like, share, and subscribe.